Welcome to Growing Hope with Catherine Lang, coming to you from the rolling hills of Big Spring Valley in beautiful Alabama. Catherine Lang offers words of encouragement and hope to help grow up lives boldly pursuing peace and joy. Catherine seeks out the rainbows of life while sharing her lollipops of encouragement along her journey. Here on Growing Hope, she features words to help hope and grow courage, all while challenging herself and listeners to radical choices and bold purpose. This is Growing Hope with Catherine Lang, where we are growing hearts open to pursue the extraordinary. And now, here's your host, Catherine Lang.
Hello and welcome to Growing Hope. I am Catherine Lang and I am your Rainbows and Lollipops host because I believe that no matter how gray the skies may look or how fluffy the hair may get because of the rain, the sun is still out there shining. And there is hope and there is possibility. I know it because I have experienced it in my life. I've seen it happen, not just to me, but to the people around me. Several years back, I was challenged by my friend Dana on Facebook. She wanted me to pick a focus word for the year. One word that was going to kind of dictate the whole journey for the next year. And I liked that idea. I liked the simplicity of one word guiding my whole year. So I picked one word. Well, it was okay, but I've been adding to it over the years. And over the course of several years, I have developed this amazing whiteboard of world domination. Now, before I go on, I need to give a shout out to the great guys at our local Lowe's here in Guntersville, Alabama. They not only helped me pick out an awesome panel that works as a whiteboard, but then they cut it. They have this great saw that's like attached to the wall, and it'll cut just about anything. And for practically nothing, they cut this 8-foot by 4-foot board down to a size that would work for me. And I attached it to my closet doors. So I have a 4x4 whiteboard of world domination. Now, my whiteboard of world domination includes my focus word as the foundation always. It is I put it down at the bottom and it's in big bold letters so that I can remember. But this year, I kind of changed up the way I was doing it. In 2016, I had a really impressive whiteboard of world domination. But this year, I've honed it some. And I have my focus word at the bottom. I have a motto. I am worth it at the top. And I think I need to spend more time in my office so I can see that motto just stare at me, because I need to remember that I am worth it. I need maybe to add that phrase to my focus folder, which follows me in my Go office. So that way it's always with me. I need to remember I am worth it. I am worth it. Now, I break down my year into parts: why I'm doing it, what I'm doing, and how I'm doing it. And this year, my why is simple. It really is literally simple. Keep it simple. But I am worth reaching my dreams. That's ultimately my why. My what is broken down into work, writing, stewardship, and health. And my each of those categories I have created a target for and an end place where I want to get. So my now is broken down even further into daily, weekly, and monthly tasks. I have talked a lot about my whiteboard of world domination, about making plans, and just recently I was sharing with you the importance of making the most of where I am. And I realized that I haven't been. Not lately. I've been waiting for that most to show up. I've been waiting for the right person to call, or the right offer to come in, or the right opportunity to chase me down and tackle me, which they don't do, by the way. I didn't realize what I had gotten caught up in. I thought I was doing what I needed to do. I thought I was taking action. I thought I was moving forward. It was a shock to discover just kind of how off target I really had gotten. My whiteboard of world domination for 2016 was very impressive. You can see it's got my why, it's got my big dream goal, it's got all the elements of my big dream goal. It had details upon details, so many details, in fact, that I got lost in the details. And getting lost in the details means that I'm not going to get done what I need to get done. So 2017 is the year of keeping it simple. My whiteboard is simple. My journey is going to be simple. My focus is going to be simple. You can see that the whiteboard this year is way cleaner. It has just those elements I was talking about, but because there's space, and space is always a good thing, because there's space, I'm able to add visuals, what I want to see, how I want to see it. I am worth it. What am I worth? This gives me a visual representation in a number of ways. So 2017 is the year of keeping it simple. So 1, write it down. The best way to keep up with where I'm going is to keep a record. 2, find what works. I love my whiteboard of world domination, in part because I get to use the phrase whiteboard of world domination. But it's not easy making that particular element work on the go. So I have figured out that there are some apps that I can utilize to help me keep my records and help me stay on track. 3, I need to use what works. It doesn't matter how good the tools are. If I leave them in the toolbox, I have to put it to work. I have to take action. 4, I have to keep reviewing. I have to keep looking at how things are going. And I have to keep looking at how I am making them work. And 5, I have to take it one day at a time. One step at a time, because that is the only way I'm going to reach my destination. I am worth it. I am worth the investment. I am worth the effort. I'm worth the focus. If I continue to remember that I am worth it, and I continue to work the plan to make it a reality, then I will reach my big dream goals. It really is that simple. Now, Growing Hope is going to take just a quick break. But when we come back, I'm going to dig in a little more into these 5 elements of keeping it simple. And I'm going to share some more details about how I developed my whiteboard of world domination and even my focus folder so that I can share this journey that I've gotten through in order to make my life more simple but more productive. Growing Hope will be back after these brief messages. Do you know why you are here? Do you know what to do with that idea? Do you understand how to put legs to that what? Do you have a plan for when you will do it all? A Place in Purpose offers some tips and suggestions for finding your answers to these questions and then discovering the path to pursue the finish line with boldness. Purchase your copy of Place in Purpose by visiting www.catherinelang.com. I found this great inspirational video from Shia LaBeouf on the YouTube internet channel. And I wanted to share it with you. Now, it is a little intense. He does get a little bit excited, but let's admit it. When we're trying to grow up bold lives, when we're trying to live out our possibilities, sometimes we have to get a little bit intense.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
Got
hope? Growing Hope seeks to instill the courage that your heart needs to live out the bold life grounded in hope. The monthly newsletter offers tips, inspirational stories, and scriptures to help grow up hearts that are open to pursue the extraordinary. Visit catherinelang.com/promotion and sign up and receive a moment of hope, the Growing Hope monthly newsletter.
The music for this production was created by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com and is licensed under Creative Commons by attribution.
R&D Computer Solutions, serving all your computer needs. We provide low-cost hosting options, complete website development, and online troubleshooting service. No matter what your needs, the staff at R&D Computer Solutions will be there to help you find the answer. Visit www.rdcss.com to learn more about R&D Computer Services, a family-owned and Christian-run quality computer business.
The music for this production was created by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com and is licensed under Creative Commons by attribution.
Welcome back to Growing Hope, where we are finding ways to make it simple and to just do it, to just get it done, to just take the action that we know we need in order to pursue this purpose that is designed for our lives and to live out our boldness with intent, with purposeful intent. I really think that I probably need somebody to follow me around and yell at me, just do it. Just get it done. Just take action. I love the whole concept of if you're tired of starting over, then stop giving up. That's a powerful thought for me anyway, because, you know, in this journey, there have been some major stumbling blocks. And just recently, it looked to me like everything was lining up the way it was supposed to. I was kind of, this simple plan that I created was getting things on target, and I was going forward with boldness and focus, and everything was kind of falling into place. And the negatives that came at me were overwhelming. And I honestly almost quit because of those negatives, not because things weren't working out, but because it was getting really hard. And how easy is it to quit when things get really hard? That's why making my whiteboard of world domination so simple this year, and just having these few elements, my work, my writing, my stewardship, which by the way includes my home and my yard, and then my health, which is my mind, my body, and my spirit. I wanted it to be all just very focused, because I knew that if I had too many elements, I would never get it all done. So breaking it down like this these are the main parts of my journey. I am a writing professional. I do it for a living, and I work for clients, but I also want to work for self. And for last year, I tried to make that all one component, and I never could get it to line up. So this year, when I was making my plan, I wrote them down as two separate elements. What do I want from my personal writing? But what do I want for my clients? With Peculiar Productions, which is our cooperative to help people find their purpose and to pursue indie publishing. And with my freelancing, working for other clients. So I wrote this down and I made this plan. And then I took the elements of the plan and put them on the whiteboard. And it was so simple that all I had to do was print out forms to go in my focus folder. There was no reinventing of each element. The whiteboard easily translated to the focus folder. And then, in order to keep it with me, I found some things that would work for me, some apps that would work for me. So I found the things that would work. Now, I've tried the bullet notebooks, and they are really popular for some people and really easy for some people to use. But for me, I was putting so much time in making my bullet folder, my bullet notebook, that I didn't have time to do anything else. But with this process, it works perfect. And I added these two apps. One keeps up with my tasks for the day and reminds me to do them. And the other keeps up with the hours that I work for clients or for myself. So I can see how my day breaks down, and I can simply hit a go button and it starts recording how much time I'm investing, so I can do it in pieces. If I spend 15 minutes on this project, I can come back and spend 15 minutes more on this project. And this app helps me keep track of the time that I'm spending on specific projects. So the third thing is to use what works. And for me, that means that I am utilizing these two apps, and I have let go of bullet notebooks. It's great if it works for you, but it did not work for me. So I let it go. I let go of the to-do list that I had made for 2016 because I was putting a lot of things on there and I didn't expect to get them all done. But because there was so much on there, what did get accomplished got kind of crowded out. Again, this whole concept of keeping it simple, I simplified my to-do list, and it just covers the element on my whiteboard of world domination. Now, I do have places for other things to be added because I homeschool boys. We're in a position right now where we have one family vehicle, and so all the tasks and chores have to be coordinated amazingly. And we use an app for that so that everyone can access the calendar and everyone can keep up. The fourth thing is to keep reviewing. This is only the second week or moving into the third week of the new year, but I have already found that some days I cannot get everything done. I cannot get work, writing, stewardship, and health all crammed into one package. So it's okay. It's okay. Because of the way I have it set up, I can do elements of the tasks and I'm getting closer. I'm moving forward. And this is key. This is number 5. Take it one step at a time. I am not supposed to accomplish everything on my whiteboard of world domination by January 2nd. This is a goal that takes me all the way throughout the entire year. This is something that I am pursuing for the next 11 and a half months. It's okay if I don't do it all today. One step, one task, one job, one element at a time. And then these begin to build up and they begin to move me to the place where I am living out the desires and the goals that I've set for myself. I'm keeping it as simple and as clutter-free as I possibly can because it gives me breathing room. It allows for the twists and turns that are gonna happen in life, through life, because of life. But it still allows me to stay focused on what it is that I want and where it is I want to go. And that's how my whiteboard of world domination is helping me get to that place. It's not the answer for everyone, but it is a guideline that can help everyone. Knowing what it is you want to do, knowing how it is you're going to do it, and knowing, most importantly, why it is you want to do it. Those 3 elements alone can help you break through what seems like impossibilities into amazing possibilities for every aspect of your life, your home, your family, your work, your school. Now, Growing Hope is going to take one more quick break, but when we come back, I'm going to share some foundational ideas that align with this principle of the whiteboard of world domination and with keeping it simple. Growing Hope will be back after these brief messages. And remember, whatever you're doing, do keep it simple.
I have a secret. Actually, I have 8 secrets, and I'm going to share them with you. Hi, I'm Catherine Lang, and I am the Husband Whisperer. I've learned the secrets for having the perfect spouse.
The Husband Whisperer by Catherine C. Lang. Available at most online bookstores, or you can purchase your copy by visiting www.catherinelang.com/books.
The music for this production was created by Kevin MacLeod and Competech.com. It is licensed under Creative Commons by attribution.
He said, she said.
Why is it important to know purpose?
I think it's important to know purpose because it allows you to make the best choices for your resources, for your time, and even for your occupation. And I think that your purpose is flexible to some extent, but it is the uniqueness that God put in you from the beginning of time. So there is some limited amount of flexibility. In other words, God's designed you for a particular purpose, and there will be elements to that purpose, but that God's designation doesn't change.
So once you know what your purpose is, that purpose never changes?
I don't think so. I don't think the seed part of it changes. I think that there are going to be external parts that change. Like if I'm an encourager, which we know I am an encourager, I'm doing it now in spoken, not just in written. So it is the purpose has other elements to it outside of that narrow focus, that laser focus.
Well, I know that we need to have purpose, because if there is no purpose for us, what's, in my opinion, the point in the first place? And I've said this before, though. Our first purpose is to be in a relationship with God. That's why God created man in his image, so he would have someone to be in a relationship with him. Therein lies the beginning purpose. I mean, outside of that purpose, I don't think there is a meaning behind it. If you don't have that purpose first, then the rest of it's emptiness.
Rest of it's emptiness. That's a tough way to stop.
The sound of the door unlocking made her heart speed up. Her reasonable mind told her there was nothing on the other side, but reason had lost its argument long ago. It was time to face the past, no matter how much she wanted to run. Run, the pulse-quickening first novel in the Big Spring series from Catherine C. Lang. Don't look back. Get it today in paperback or ebook at Amazon.com or CatherineLang.com. Run.
Welcome back to this final segment of today's Growing Hope, where we are talking about keeping it simple, because the more we keep it simple, the easier it will be to accomplish the tasks. And aren't we ones to really take things and make them as complicated and convoluted as we can, so that it ends up that nobody can understand what it is or why it is or even how it is. How are we supposed to get there? How are we supposed to do what it is that we're supposed to do? And in making things so complicated, we end up giving energy to discouragement. Keeping it simple allows for space, and that space allows for the energy to flow into the possibilities, because where there's space, there is a possibility for more or different or a variety. Excuse me. So when you are keeping it simple, then you are creating an atmosphere of potential. Now, Scripture teaches us that we are to keep it simple, that we are to make plans, that we are to prepare. And too often we get so caught in, especially with Scripture, of doing or waiting on what God tells us to do, that we forget that He says to prepare, that He says to plan. Proverbs is really big on talking about how important it is for us to prepare. Proverbs 15:22 says, "Without counsel, purposes are disappointed." In other words, if we don't get the wisdom of the people that have gone before us, then we're setting ourselves up to struggle. But the multitude of counselors, with a multitude of counselors, then purposes are established. So I need to be investing and learning from others. But I need to remember that the path of others is not my path. Their wisdom is what I'm seeking. I'm seeking to understand what it is they did and how it is they did it and what that meant for them in their journey. Proverbs 16:1 says the preparations of the heart in man, the preparations of the heart is in man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So, in other words, I have to be prepared. Of course, I have to invest in my relationship with God, and we talked about that the other day, that's so important, that it has to be a primary element. But then I also have to be prepared for my day-to-day walk. What am I going to do today? And if I wake up this morning without any clue as to what I'm going to do, then I guarantee you I'm going to run into difficulties in the task of trying to accomplish my day. But if I have a plan, if I have laid out the meals for the day, so I know what meals I'm going to prepare, if I have set up what activities I know have to be done, then it is a lot more difficult for surprises to find their way into my journey. And Proverbs 16 goes on to say in verse 3, commit to the Lord whatever you do and your plans will succeed. So if God is my focus, if God is my first, if God is the beginning, then I will be in a position to walk out the purpose and desire that He has for my life, if He is first in my life. Isaiah 28:10, the King James translation, puts it like this. It is for precept must be upon precept. In other words, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Isaiah is trying to explain that it's not going to happen all at once. None of it's going to happen all at once. It all happens a little bit at a time. Line upon line, precept upon precept, a little bit here and a little bit there. And I love this. Maybe this should have been my motto for the year. Here a little and there a little. Here a little and there a little. If I spend a little bit of time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes on accomplishing a task, and I do that here a little and there a little, then I'm amazed at the end of the day or the end of the week or the end of the month or the end of the year, how much I've accomplished. The greatest example is in my garden. There is no way I'm going to weed my whole garden. I have about 2 acres of flower garden. I'm not going to do that in a day. And I would injure myself trying to do in a day. But if I do a here a little and there a little, then I get there. It helps to have encouragement to get to that here a little and there a little. And I want to encourage you to discover what it is, why it is, and how it is that you're going to reach your big dream goals. Please don't hesitate to contact me. You can email me at Catherine Lang at catherinelang.com, or you can just visit the website, catherinelang.com. You can sign up for the weekly newsletter and stay connected and inspired on this journey to develop your uniqueness, your boldness, your purpose. And if you want help with developing your whiteboard of world domination, I do walk you through the process. It is in my challenge to change. You can find that link there on the website as well, because I understand that for you to succeed in your journey, you have to discover your unique way, your unique path, because you are unique. You're unique in all the world. And most importantly, you need to understand that you are worth it and that you can do it. You have it in you, and I want to help you see it through. I am Catherine Lang, and I am your Rainbows and Lollipops host, because every day holds a promise of more, and every action contains the power of possibility. You know, it's not about what the world says, or even what the world shows. The strength of hope and encouragement will and does push through the walls and the limits of this world. My prayer is, and always will be, that the words I am sharing with you will help establish foundations of hope that will shatter the delusions of the world around us. Remember, be blessed.
Thanks for joining us this week for Growing Hope with Catherine Lang. Catherine is a leader in encouragement, a networking specialist, and your Hope Smith extraordinaire. To learn more about Growing Hope, visit Catherine's website at www.catherinelang.com. That's www.catherinelang.com. Catherine is also available to speak or teach at your next event. Use the contact form on the website or email Catherine with queries or questions at contactus@catherinelang.com. If you are looking for more hope and inspiration for your week, you can sign up for the Reflections column that mails out each Sunday at www.catherinelang.com/reflections. And be sure to join us back here each week for Growing Hope, where Catherine shares her heart for encouragement and her vision for hope. Until next week, keep watching for that place where your heart is open to pursue the extraordinary.